Hi there. Today we're going to be learning about adding and subtracting fractions. Here are a few key points that you'll need to know, and you will know by the end of this video. We have to make the denominators agree. We have to change our numerator. We add or subtract only the numerators. And then we simplify. Once more, I'm not going to teach it to you alone. I got my friend Patty the Pug to help us out. Yet again, Patty has another problem for us. We know that Patty absolutely loves bones. In fact, when his owners buy him bones, they come in packs of 12, as you can see here. This makes Patty very happy. Who can quickly tell me some mental math and tell me how many bones Patty has in total with these two packages? If you said 24, you're dead on, because 12 plus 12 is 24. Moving on, Patty was very hungry one day, and he only left half of the first bag filled with bones, and of the second bag, he only left a quarter of it. In total, how many bones are left? Now, don't make Patty sad. That cute little pug face wants you to express your answer in a fraction. So our equation would look like this. This is the half of the first bag that was left, and this is the quarter of the second bag that was left. Take a moment to copy this down. Good. Now, the key to making addition between fractions work is to make the 2 and the 4 agree. Denominators must always agree. That is, denominators always need to be the same number. They have to get along. Right now, our 2 and the 4 are not the same number, so they don't get along, kind of like Patty and the angry cat next door. So, we do have to make these denominators agree before we move forward. What do you guys think we should do? Take a moment and have a stab at it. What do you think? So our objective is to make our 2 and our 4 agree. We need the same denominator in both fractions. If you guys said that we could use multiplication, you're correct. See, if we multiply 2 by 2, this 2 suddenly becomes a 4, because 2 times 2 is 4. And if this is a 4, and this is a 4, then the denominators are the same. Take a moment to copy down our arrow and our times 2 beneath. This way you can have an example to use in your own homework. Now that you've added that to your previous equation, you also have to pay attention to something else. You see, because we multiplied our 2 by 2, we are leaving our 1 behind. We don't want to do that. Nobody wants a sad 1. Patty definitely doesn't want a sad 1. So to be fair, we also need to multiply our numerator by 2. Whatever you multiply the denominator by, you always must do the same to the numerator. This way, the fraction stays balanced. Now, what do you think our new equation would look like after we multiply our first fraction by 2, both the numerator and the denominator? Take a moment to figure that out. What does your equation look like? Does it look something like this? If so, you're bang on. You see, we've multiplied our 2 by 2 to get 4, and our 1 by 2 to get 2. This way, our 1 doesn't feel left out, because it's also been multiplied by 2, and our 2 multiplied by 2 is now the same as the 4 from the other fraction. It's all balanced. Now, at this point, we just simply add the numerators and keep our denominator the same. 2 plus 1. That's because our numerators are now 2 and 1. We keep it over 4 because 4 is the common denominator that we found. Our answer is therefore 3 over 4. Therefore, 1 over 2, or 1/2, plus 1 over 4, or 1/4, is 3/4, or 3/4. How about a bonus question? What is 3/4 of 24? Take a moment to figure that one out. Like many other topics in math, there are a variety of ways to come to your answers. In this case, our answer is 18. 18 is equal to 3/4 of 24. Here are some ways you could have figured that out. You could do it by drawing. You can do it by multiplication. You can be doing it by using something called percentages. Or you can even figure it out by dividing fractions. That's a lesson for another day. What about subtraction? Is it as straightforward as addition when it comes to fractions? Actually, it is. Take a look at this. In the case of subtraction, the denominators also need to agree. Our 2 and our 4 don't agree. Once again, like Patty and the mean cat next door. So, if you remember from what we did last time, once again, we multiply our 2 by 2 to turn it into a 4. And remember, don't forget about our 1. Whatever we do to the bottom, we have to do to the top. So we multiply our 1 by 2 as well. Now, similar to addition, we just subtract the numerators and keep our denominator. So in this case, instead of 2 plus 1, it's 2 minus 1 over 4. We all know 2 minus 1 is 1. We keep our 4, and there it is, 1/4. 1/2 minus 1/4 is 1/4. Here are some summary sheets that you can use. We can also guide through this example. Now, always make sure the denominators are the same by multiplying. If a smaller denominator doesn't fit into the larger one, multiply each of them to the lowest common multiple. That is, the lowest number that both denominators have in common when multiplying. Here's an example. If we wanted to add 1 over 3 plus 2 over 5, we'll notice that the 3 does not multiply neatly into the 5, because 3 times 1 is 3, and 3 times 2 is 6. You'll notice that neither 3 or 6 are a 5, so we have to find another way to balance the denominators and make them agree. Patty's going to solve this by finding the lowest common multiple. Here are some multiples of 3. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. Here are some multiples of 5. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Can you find the lowest common multiple between 3 and 5? If you said 15, you're right on. You'll notice that neither of the numbers have anything in common until they reach 15. Therefore, the common denominator that we have to aim for is 15, so that we can add our fractions. So, to make our denominators agree, we have to multiply 3 by 5 to get 15. On this side of the equation, we have to multiply the 5 by 3 to get 15. So it looks like this. But we can't leave our 1 and our 2 behind. No, no, no. Patty wants us to balance those out so that they don't feel bad for getting left out. So, like how we multiplied our 3 by 5, we also multiply our 1 by 5. That equals 5. On this side of the equation, like we multiplied our 5 by 3, we also multiply our 2 by 3 to get 6. And this is what we add. 5 over 15 plus 6 over 15. Now remember, we leave the 15. That's our common denominator. All we have to do is add our numerators, like so. Our final answer is then 11 over 15, because 5 plus 6 is 11. Feel free to copy out this example in your notebook so that you can always reference it in case you forget. Nice work. Patty's proud of you.